from the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The Supreme Collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, hath failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the Collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, hath been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanton, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the 3 Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Escavalon and Cameliard convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Nanteleod. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the castellan of Castle Dimlock in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle, are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fey-folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerlin. Hello, welcome to another episode of Nanteleod's Legacy. Today we deal with the Irish. So we'll call this one the Irish Delegation, which I didn't put in because I didn't want to waste any time getting in the queue. Let's go ahead and roll through a quick introduction and dive right into the meat and potatoes of tonight. We're going to go with a quick player introduction starting left to right. We're going to go with Yampa first.
Yampa, Saroon, back at it again. Excited to see what's going on.
Perfect. And if you guys can go like 30 seconds for introduction so I can chew my food. I'm just kidding. Wergar, you're up
Hey,
next.
Wergar here, playing Cerdic, and excited to see what we're going to get up to in Estregales.
Perfect. That brings us to Rain.
Drax playing as Sir Rain, and hoping that we don't have a bloodbath tonight, because that would be epically bad for our peace delegation. But
The blood delegation. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's Pendragon, so anything can happen. The dice rule this game, so
You're not wrong. All right, that brings us to Bert.
Bert here playing Sir Cormac. Just a bit of the Irish poet in me coming out tonight. Hopefully.
Let's hope so. Or the fumbling attempt at an Irish, but we'll see what the dice brings. Just kidding.
I mean,
Let's hope not, right?
why would you curse me with that?
If I say it, it's less likely to happen.
Just don't roll a fumble. It's
Yeah.
easy.
lies.
That's
yeah.
like,
Hey, Garrus, nice to see you, my friend.
I don't even get to sit there and roll the dice myself.
Indeed. All right, that brings us to Trent.
hello, I'm Trent. I'm playing. Who am I playing? Seguria. That's right. I just checked. I don't hate the Irish. Also, my character doesn't have that passion either.
It's good. It's good that, like, could you imagine if he sent, it's like, all right, everyone's average hate Irish is like 15, and we'll call this the Irish delegation. That should be fine.
Yeah,
Right.
it'll be fine.
Oh, that didn't work. Shout out to Old Man Garrus, another streamer. I get to play with him on Thursdays. Thanks for coming in, my friend. All right, let's dive in. So when we last left off, you had just about made it to the border when you ran into some Irish Kerns and swiftly, I'd say almost one-sidedly defeated them. Help me out though. Did anyone get critted? I feel like something bad happened.
Somebody got hurt.
Cerdic did get hit, but it was just a small scratch.
Yeah, it was a scrape.
Somebody had to use their fate
Their
point for the
Fate point to jump up to a crit to tie the crit. Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember who. Was that
Hmm.
you, Paulus?
It was called.
it was.
I think I used that once. What is it? Once a year change.
Yeah.
Like you can re-roll. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his fate point. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that was.
yeah.
All right.
And then, of course, we couldn't get the peasants to surrender, so we had to stick them in the ground. You know.
Yeah. Maybe let's go over that point a little bit. What did you guys want to do with the Irish captive? I think you had one.
Yeah, that is true.
You're near Kyndon, so you could send him back to Kyndon if you wanted to, like with one of your entourage. Like, you don't have a huge entourage, but actually we haven't assigned any of you sires or squires yet because you're knights. That was on purpose. I made that decision because you're household knights, right? So you will get them, but just not at 21 and 22.
Right.
Maybe at 22.
Sent.
We'll find out later this year. Not right away.
Honestly, I think tie him up and bring him behind us, and when we get to Kink, we can sit there and see if he tries to claim allegiance to Estregales, and return him if he does. If not, we're just gonna hang him anyway. Give him time to pray for his soul.
Not sure if it's a great idea to bring a captive of a raiding party into a what is ostensibly a peace delegation. Maybe we just ride back and send him to kind in ourselves, and then we move on as if nothing happened. I think maybe that'll be better for our intended goals, eh?
Hmm.
I agree with Sir with you on this one.
We could just let him go. Take him
Nah.
off his arms, what arms he has, and we continue on our mission.
Fair enough then.
Could be information in his little head there that we, well, maybe the king would like to see what's going on, but
That's a fair point. I understand that. Just offering up options.
All
I
right.
appreciate you.
I think Cormac, were you the one to hold him captive? Who was the one to actually claim him force him to surrender under weapon? Do you recall?
I mean, it was me and
Alice, was it? Or-
I think it was Sir Rune.
Yeah.
Rune.
Yeah.
Yes, because Rune had been concerned for his cousin, and since
think-
I was there on hand anyway, we both were on him.
We're gonna force our friend Yampa here to make the call. I think under Sir Rune, because any
He's
sort
the
of
boss.
like multiple, yeah, for this particular delegation. That is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. So Rune's gonna just tie him up and just pick someone in the entourage and just at least two people, so that if something happens, they can overpower him and then send him back to Kindon.
Okay. We will say that Sir Elaine, because Elaine's a constable, so he actually has a squire and pages, and he'll send the squire and pages that are armed, and though they're younger, his squire is, let's see, squire is 17. So it'd be like a 17-year-old and a couple of 12-year-olds.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. We comfortable with that?
I am.
Okay.
Well, maybe we
I
just
trust Rune.
It's up to the boss.
maybe we just cripple the current himself, so he's not a threat to the boy. Gwinnett will draw his sword.
Maybe we don't need to be mutilating people. That's
There's
No,
no-
not mutilating,
overly
just
cruel
like-
there.
Just break an arm or something, so he's not a threat to the child.
I think the young lads have it well in hand.
Yeah,
Just leave him bound.
I
Fine,
don't
look,
think we
Ian.
need to
And
cripple the man.
or temporarily, just break an elbow or something.
That could be devastating for someone. With you.
It's better than being dead, which is the alternative.
Although I do think that he might end up. Yeah, let's break a knee or something.
Okay.
Nice.
If we're at least gonna break a knee, at least I'll be the one to do it.
Oh
Oh,
no.
yours?
I'm not about to put, well, Elaine here, he's got a handsome young boy, prime of his life. I'm not about to put him at risk just for the sake of treating this, bandit, jumped up, thief of a boy, man, whatever. No. Keep the boy safe. Fuck the Kern.
At this point, Rain is basically disinterested. He's offered up his opinion, and at this point, he's just letting the other ones deal with it.
I'm gonna try to do this as mercifully as possible, but I am going to go to the captive and tell him
Hold
we
still.
do need to hurt you. Close your eyes, pray, bite down on this scrap of leather. I will try to make this as painless as possible.
Okay. He winces and struggles, but there's nothing he can do, right? He's bound already. I think he says, I think he says, "Is that an accent I hear, you traitor?"
Oh.
What's your pride, good sir?
7 versus him.
Okay. Why don't you take a modest test?
Directed trait means I subtract from the other side, right?
What is the directed trade? Depends on if it applies.
Proud versus Irish.
Oh, yes. Yep. So, yes, it would act as a negative modifier. You're modest.
Hey.
All right.
Would have been a crit.
Yeah. He got you right where it hurts.
Yeah.
This isn't going to end well for him.
We have established that Sir Cormac is not particularly violent, but he was just about to do
Maim him.
something. Yeah, temporarily maim him. So, what does this look like, Cormac? Why don't you tell us what this looks like?
So, Cormac was just going to like break his knee enough to where, you know, with a little bit of help he can limp on.
Knee is like the worst thing.
That traitor.
That's
We gotta travel,
traitor-
I
man.
was trying to remove like the medical knowledge. That's
Yeah.
people in modern day don't necessarily recover from a knee, but it's okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking like some fingers or an arm, but no, let's break his pelvis. That'll be fine.
But that traitor comment, he pulls his dagger and just drives it into the guy's sword arm hard, like square into the bicep, and then twists and pulls out.
All right, he goes down with a cry, and I think Sir Elaine's like, I think he looks at Cormac's face. He's like, Cormac, what the hell are you doing? Like, it's more like that's very out of character for you. Like, we're talking about the same knight that like 10 minutes ago wouldn't move to the offensive against an opponent, right? Like, it's a very different Cormac that we just saw.
And he cleans his blade, sheaths it, kneels down before the man who he just stabbed.
Kneels down and
I apologize for my anger. I hope one day you might find it within your heart to forgive me. I shall pray upon what I've done and seek forgiveness from the Lord. Withstand.
Oh,
burn in hell.
what do you?
I pray I may not have to. And I pray that you and I will meet each other on the other sides of the gates of heaven. And we'll come to an understanding there. Cormac stands back up, nods over to Elaine and Rune, and basically remounts and is going off with Sir Rain.
All right.
Gwydia sort of stands there for a little bit, knowing what happened to Cormac's brother. He's sort of like, huh, like reframes perhaps what happened a little bit.
Gotcha. I wonder if the proud versus Irish worked on his brother too. Just kidding.
Right, that's the question. Yeah.
I think love family negates that.
I would
But,
hope so.
Fumbles
So-
exist.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, they certainly do.
One sec here. I needed 2d100s. I'm gonna pick on Rune and Callus for the Callus. Just a d100 each in this case.
Mhm.
It's all a crit.
That should be fun.
2 high numbers. That's a fairy wench and
We don't need no more
Fuck on.
fairy stuff. We're
We've already
good.
played this before.
Please, please.
A
Speak for
giant
yourself.
strolls out of the forest.
I have plenty of space in my life for more fairy stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
Interesting. So I use the Oracle tables from Ironsworn every once in a while to see what ideas might come about on a journey. Just kind of like, rather than every encounter being about an exchange of sword, it's like what else can happen, right? The one you guys just rolled is secure pride. So I think the situation with Cormac's not quite fully over, and I want to ask you guys, like, I'm gonna workshop with you guys what that might look like as you reach the border of the Irish with his pride not quite down yet, or maybe flaring back up as a result of crossing this border. So I think what this is going to look like is before you even reach Kink, which is the next Kink, or whatever it's called.
Kink.
Kink.
Kinky.
Kinky. Yeah.
Kinky.
Yeah.
Hi.
Before you reach that border, or before you reach that city, you're crossing the border, and you're actually going to go through something that's very common in this setting at a border, which would be a border contest. So they don't know whether you're here under peace or under the banners of, like, obviously you're running in banners of peace, but it's quite common, just like modern day, for people to test each other's borders and boundaries. And so there are a group of knights, say roughly the same size as you guys, that ride out and then kind of stop about 100, yards away to allow for a good distance, and they hail you to halt. Halt!
I follow whatever Rain does.
Rain,
I
halt.
as I halt, hailing them.
Um,
We're a peace envoy.
yeah, Rune will ride up next to Cormac and yeah, basically just like back him up in that statement. We come under the flag of King Nanteleod.
Nanteleod has no place across these borders. Where do you ride to, knights?
Carmarthen. We seek an audience with the new king of the Estregales.
Why don't we get Rune and Cormac to both test courtesy? And this will be like an advantage roll. So it's like if either of you succeed, then you succeed in general. So if either one of you is successful, then it's success. If both of you succeed, we'll give you even stronger. Okay, one got it. Maybe in this case, Bert, maybe your character is having trouble being as polite as you want to be. So the words we just heard were internal, but maybe you're a bit more curt in your initial, out of your pride towards the Irish. You're a bit more.
Oh
curt.
yeah.
It's
It's
a
kind of
tonal
why I'm
issue.
talking. It's almost like he's taking control away from Rune at this point,
Mm,
and Rune is shutting that down quick. I hope.
which is good.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. I
a
think
good idea.
Rune puts a hand on his shoulder and like looks at him and nods for a second, like, let me take care of this.
Shut the fuck up.
All
Meanwhile,
right.
Rain is actually flanking the two that are doing the speaking just to make sure that, there's a spread just in case anything happens.
Okay. I think they're gonna nod to you all and say, "All right then, we'll escort you as far as Kink, and we'll find you someone to bring you proper to Carmarthen."
That sounds mighty nice of all of you.
It's the least we can do.
Quite literally.
You get that impression. All right, we're gonna as we, assuming there's nothing else in this scene, as we move on to
There is one thing.
Uh-oh.
The big thing is it is Cormac with Rune.
Cormac with Rune.
Sarun, yeah. Sarun. I didn't mean. I apologize. You of course are correct. You're in charge, and I'm sorry.
We've known each other for some time now. I do not take this as a slight. I myself feel a tad bit overwhelmed, so a little bit of help from the others. Well, as long as it doesn't include starting a war between our kingdoms.
I hope we do not. As long as my father has always tried to instill that raised me. I've never actually seen my homeland.
Well,
It might be not. I hope it's nice.
that's a first for the two of us then. Let's see how nice it is.
Thank you for being my friend.
Always.
Awesome. All right, guys. So as we move forward into Kaink, I need to know: has anyone had any strong vows they've made?
Strong vows.
Like vows of anything you will or will not do that your character
made a
actually
vow that I
considers
would-
strong.
So
Yeah, I made a vow that I would try to make sure that Finnegan has a good life to that lady. As much as that probably sounds petty to other people, it's he takes it seriously.
I mean, I made a vow to Finnegan that I was going to raise him right. And raise him to be brave and just like a knight should be. No real oaths except for that and my knightly one.
I
Yeah.
guess Sarun going like, I won't fail you. Talking to Nanteleod, I guess that's a pretty strong one.
Outside of the nightly oath, Rain hasn't. No.
No.
I don't think Cerdic has one now.
Okay. I'm just thinking what to do here. I think what might make sense in this case. I like that one, but I'm gonna stay away from it. I think someone's gonna face a bit of goading here, and we're gonna figure it out. So as you're riding through the city of Kaink, and you pass through the streets, and you're kind of what the guards are doing is they're handing you off to someone who can sort of escort you in, because they're not going to let you as a peace delegation just ride through their country like, free.
No.
Well, they're going to set you up with somebody who will guide you. Figure out who that is right now. All right. Give me 1 sec. I have to go restart the API. It's being dumb. Please hold.
Gentlemen, just remember, if the guy has a sister, Gwydir will hit on her. We must
Yeah.
stop it.
We know.
We know.
That's the biggest
Okay.
worry.
Yeah,
We have
one of those.
we
It's
have
one of those
to
big words.
control Gwydir.
yeah. just get me an air and I'll calm the hell down.
It's like, cousin, you're on Gwydir duty.
Good idea.
All right.
Oh, well, there we go.
Okay, yeah. Your guide is a female. Her name is Nimue. She's not the Nimue. That's already established elsewhere. And also that
Hates
Nimue is
people.
like 13, so we're But this Nimue is let's see. Let's see if she is a beauty.
You don't need to roll that. Okay, fine.
I mean, she is very indulgent,
She
but she is energetic as well.
Boom. Get wrecked.
Oh, jeez.
She is a cousin to the king, King Dak, and
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Political
shit.
fallout.
so we see immediately, but more importantly, one y'all's gonna get a mud bomb as you go through the town.
Just
thanks.
to up his singing, because break out the harp. I'm playing as he's singing to her, because you know we do what we do.
Of course it's Bert. As you're singing, mud right in your face, and
I'm playing the harp, and all of a sudden a mud ball square in the face.
yeah, and it's from like a common man. It's equivalent of like go home, go back to your Uther 11 city.
Are we in Uther Loving City?
No,
No, I do not believe we are.
there's some reputation in a sense. Nanteleod and Leo de Grance were the only ones treating with Uther though in Cambria on a regular, right?
Can I check my singing? Getting that,
You both can
unprompted
check.
crit.
You can both check your stuff. To be honest.
Oh, I'm just doing it to help him out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But-
I don't need the.
Bert, it leads to a bit of mud in your mouth. Not a lot.
Ah, yes.
Hey,
So, I think this is where we're going to test your pride again, sir. This time we'll test pride, and
Bloodbath.
I think in this case, so the thing we rolled earlier was challenge pride.
Or challenged my my modest.
Or your
Now
vow,
we're
yeah. So
challenging
your
the
vow,
prod.
no, it was a challenge vow, and I think the vow is you're on a peace delegation or threaten. I think it was like threaten vow.
Got
So
it.
it's like the idea here is if you fail the pride, you're going after this guy, and anything you do that makes you look bad right here, especially under the banner of peace, like any sort of violent action as a peace delegate, just doesn't look good.
If I fail the pride,
Sorry, if you succeed the pride, that's the bad thing. So if you fail the pride, that's good.
okay.
Yeah. And I'm only having you test pride in this case because that you have a modifier to it. It is an Irishman.
And I've added that.
Okay. That's with your pride? That's how little pride you have, hey? What is your pride base?
4.
Okay. Alright, well that's interesting. Alright,
I am
so
famously modest.
you take the mud ball literally on the chin and you take a deep breath. There's a look. I think you all see the look in his eye. Like you all imagine what it would be like for yourselves to eat a mud ball, like, right?
Yeah. I think maybe in this as we're singing, I sort of see that, and I like transition into an unexpected chorus to force him to respond. You know, to play different chords or something just to take his mind off what's just happened.
Like you try, but I changed the song to be more of a lighthearted melody,
Sure.
and I start, you know,
We're freestyling now?
It's-
Is that what's going on?
it turns more into a lighthearted song about
Limerick.
you know a man who has mud thrown on him. I don't
Okay.
even bother removing all the mud from me. Just get it out of my mouth, maybe off my chin, and I start singing a song about a guy who has mud thrown on him and falls on his face, and I'm basically making fun of myself.
Yeah, some folk tune about that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, some like Irish, limerick or folk song.
Oh, yeah.
100%. All right, yeah, it goes over well, and I think you guys see that guy gets like beaten down by a couple of knights for attacking a
Oh, I don't
foreign
want him
peace
to get
delegate.
beat down.
Yeah,
No,
but-
rightfully so he should be.
He should.
Appropriate.
How dare he?
He assaulted someone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Unnoble, none the least.
But he
Exactly.
didn't need to be beat down for it.
Well, too late.
Well, no, that's
I
true, but I
know.
did enjoy rather seeing it, to be honest.
Matter of fact, let's beat him up again. I'm kidding. We're not gonna beat him up again.
This game's
You
taking
wanna-
a
you wanna
wide change.
Wheel
from where I-
around and sit there and come back just to see him get beat down some more.
All right. We're moving along nicely towards Carmarthen. I'm gonna take another 2d100. This time we'll do Bert and Wergar.
Alright.
I'll be right back really quick.
Yep, sounds good. We're moving towards a feast. We should be at the feast in by say 8 minutes from now, roughly. 80.
I'm
I got
not sure
something
I-
called Change Ruin, RUIN. I'm like, Change Ruin? Is that what we're gonna do?
I mean, I didn't think he needed his diapers changed, but man,
I'll do it. I'm not
let's
afraid.
get on that.
Poor
Uh,
guy. Can't help himself. I see how it is.
Alice, your cousin, man, he's making a fool of himself needing his diaper changed. You might want to go fix that.
I think it's a bigger problems that he's leading the delegation and he just did it.
He couldn't stop laughing when the mud hit the dude's face.
Not used to the
He
Irish
lost
food.
control of his bowels, you know?
It happens to the best of us.
If that's what happens to the best of us, I'm happy I'm not.
Yeah. It's what happens to the
Exactly.
worst.
All right. So I think we'll just pick up with a little bit of role play. So we have Nimue here, who you find out very early on is a relative, like a second cousin of the king, and
Cool.
she's sorry. Go ahead.
You go. I was gonna say I'll make sure my songs are less of the romantic type and more of the noble type.
Okay. You would suspect like a lot of Estregales is British Christian, like almost exclusively, right? But there's something very, very pagan and kind of simple, like earthy about her as she's going, and she's very friendly, in the way she's interacting with all of you. By that I don't mean flirty, I mean friendly. Like she's very down to earth, very non-noble. Like she says, I know that we shouldn't be talking about these things outside of court, but do you know why your king chose not to aid my cousin? To pay tribute as he did before my uncle?
You're very correct. Not necessarily a topic that we can discuss outside of our meeting with your cousin. But perhaps there's another conversation that you'd like to have instead. How have things been here recently? I myself was born not a stone's throw from Kaink, but when when my father was forced out, I never have had a chance to see the Estregales in any of its glory before.
Well, now is not the best time to be traveling through here, to be honest.
Oh.
This situation has grown hostile, and we've been warned by our family not to travel beyond the roads. Be careful when we do. Estregales is supported by our allies across the way, across the water. With Leinster's support, I think my cousin might be capable of securing all of Cambria to his own, if he wills it. And with that, she kind of like doubles over for a minute.
I immediately like come to her aid, seeing what's wrong. Was she hit? Did something sting her?
She tries like her best to like hide it after, and she thanks you real quick for helping her, and then quickly gets avoidant with it. Oh no, I'll be fine, thank you.
There seemed to be some pain there. Are you quite sure? I do have a steady hand in the way of medicine, at least first aid. If you require any assistance, I am quite capable of lending aid.
This is no wound. It's an infliction I've had since I was a child. Comes and goes. I've survived this long, I'll survive ongoing.
I'm sorry to hear that. If it's not too presumptuous, I'd like permission to pray for your healing. God performs miracles every day. I didn't see why he wouldn't perform one for ye.
She says, of course, you can pray to your God for me. To the Lord for me.
Yeah.
I'm still yet to
there's
see these miracles, Cormac, but I admire
There's
your
a bit of a
persistence in trying.
smirk when she says that because, Gwydir, but,
Yeah.
Rain doesn't seem overly affected by that little slip of the tongue or whatever. He's kind of understanding about it. I mean, so he's just watching. He's curious of the situation, the conversation. That's about
most
it.
he does is smirk because he's related to Gwydir. Gwydir is not silent about his paganism.
Oh yeah.
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
All right.
Still waiting for the miracles, Cormac. He's probably like poking a flower or something off at the side. As soon as the political talk came up, he was just like, "Oh, is that a plant?"
Trent and Yampa, we're gonna get you each to do our last D100 before we move into Carmarthen.
Carmarthen. Is that the first low roll? I think it is.
Well, I mean, it's
Oh,
the
no, there's
lowest
12
really bad.
before. It's
Yeah.
the lowest, yeah.
Okay.
Switch it up on you. Low's actually bad this time.
Yeah. You get
Lo, a
catapulted.
black knight comes out from nowhere, challenges all of us to single combat.
Oh, love, you're flesh wound, etc.
Right.
As you move in to Carmarthen, passing through Gower was fairly straightforward. But as you move in towards Carmarthen, and you enter sort of the forested area again, you are a bit startled as a group kind of comes out in front of you, and you hear a bit of what sounds like a conflict. But as you get closer, you see it's a group of soldiers. They look very much like Irish Kerns, so they're supported by knight, or at least a cavalryman of some sort. And they don't look interested in you. They seem to be dragging what looks like some kind of hostage into Carmarthen in front of you. The man is from the view you have from further back, which is where you are right now. It looks like someone that's very sort of unkempt. He has long like braids in his beard and long hair, but he basically just wearing like a dirty robe, and he's muddy. He's caked in mud, and he's kind of scrawny, like wiry kind of scrawny, you know. And that's what you see.
Rain would probably trot up with his horse, getting closer. He wants to understand what's going on a little bit more before he does anything too brazen.
They'll turn to you as you approach. And I think right away one of them calls to you and says, come no further, knight, unless you mean to tangle swords.
This won't be necessary unless you force it upon me. I am just curious about your situation. Seems odd.
There's nothing odd about it. We're taking a wanted prisoner in. A wanted man.
What are his crimes?
Is an enemy. An enemy of Estregales.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's pretty vague. Like, it doesn't sound, you
Right.
could be
There's
like, yeah, it's a little
something going
sketchy.
on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Rain's totally suspicious of this. I mean, because he's naturally suspicious anyways.
Right.
But it is not his place. He is not in his homeland.
He wouldn't happen to be Escavalon, would he?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering, is if, we can identify him as one of ours or not.
No.
Yeah, that's
knight
what I
says.
figured.
I think they leave it at that. They don't get any more expressive. If none of you intend to like push them further, they will just continue on into Carmarthen ahead of you.
Just try to remember the guy's face.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask them by way of perhaps finding out more information through proximity. Well, if you're going into Carmarthen, we could travel with you. A few extra swords by your side, and you can make sure we, are escorted under the safety of your king.
The knight says, or at least the cavalryman says, I'm begging your pardon, but I don't trust you. Knight of Escavalon.
Well, that's perfectly understandable. Well, best of luck then. I hope justice is done.
Justice indeed.
All right. Just give me a sec there, folks. I'm just looking for... I had a map set up and I cannot find it. Not ideal.
It has disappeared.
Oh, that's okay. We can do it this way.
F it, we'll do it live.
Full send. Let's go.
You see, the knight that you approached or whatever that says he's not certain he can trust you. He looks to be, or the cavalryman. He looks to be no older than, like, around your age, basically. Maybe has a bit more of a boyish face, that's for sure, than some of you. And the older figure with a braided beard, you get the sense at a closer look that he appears to be like probably one of the wild men from the mountains, but probably an important figure. You know that there are many tribes in the mountains in Cambria, and some of them have, almost like noble authority. All right, we're gonna bring you guys into a feast and feast underway, because they will hold a feast for your peace delegation.
Awesome. More chances for the feast cards to slaughter me.
Hell yeah.
But as you're
hoping for a good long feast.
As you're brought in, I'll put it to 4 rounds. But if we're not at a certain point by like an hour from now, I'll lower it back to 3. Okay, and get you that over.
Hell yeah, feast party. I wonder if the Irish make cock and dress.
I hope
Shall we
not.
find out?
Ooh.
Not today. Doesn't mean they don't have it.
Beef marrow fritters. Artichoke stuffed with blueberry rice.
That'd be
Cut out
good.
the blueberries, and that sounds good.
Yeah, the blueberries would be nice.
Blueberries,
No, blueberries are gross.
No, they're
What?
not. They're
Blueberries
fantastic.
are good.
Blueberries are gross.
Blueberries are amazing.
And now I'm gonna have to go get some out of my fridge. Now I take offense to that.
Cormac, what the hell, bro?
IRL.
I just don't. This is not a Cormac thing. This is a Bert thing. Bert
No!
doesn't like.
No, this is some transference level shit going on.
Bert does not like.
They were comfortable playing with you before, Bert, but that, you just crossed the line.
That's
Yeah.
Apparently.
cross the line.
Sure.
You cross some lines.
We covered this in session 0, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Blueberry rice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see the 2 figures that seem to be holding the guard. When I hit Z here, do you guys see, or Z? Do you guys see the do you see the figure that I just did that with? Like, do you see someone blown up on your screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
Nope,
see anybody blown up.
But
The
it's
red
getting
ring
pinged.
around it. Yeah, I get pinged. Yeah.
Oh, but
But
it doesn't
I
actually
did the whole
bring it. It doesn't
ping.
bring it into a zoom for you.
No.
No,
I'm
there's no
actively pinging somebody.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
so
there was a zoom there.
Yeah, that one zoomed a little bit. Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it sort of brought me to it, yeah.
Okay, so this guy here, I'll do it. This guy here seems to be like the lead Irish kern that just came in. This guy here was the young cavalryman, and this guy here is the
guy they dragged.
captive. And you'll note at the beginning. So I'll wait a second. Let's start with some app rolls.
Alright.
And then I'll play this out.
Hey!
Hey, look at that.
Alright.
Hey, I didn't fail.
I did.
Comic. Well, you deserved it.
Oof. Because I don't like blueberries.
That's exactly it.
Because you don't like
exactly it.
blueberries.
You don't get to eat the rest of the food.
You get to
can have,
sit under
dog
the
food.
salt or below the salt.
No, under the salt. Fuck it. Cover him in salt.
Yeah, put it on the floor. He can
Why are you assaulting me?
Okay. Awesome. So as you guys kind of get comfortable, they draw a feast out for you, and then these 2 stand up and move towards the king, and the king, King Derek, he says, "Bring in our captor," and the doors open, and they drag this guy through the middle of the feast. He is bound, and they say, Do you have anything to say for yourself? Traitor. This man spits on the ground in the most courteous way possible, which is not a thing. And he says, I would rather die than pay you tribute. And he says, the young king, probably in his mid to late 20s, says, then die you will. It seems to be a presentation. Because this is as it kind of ends, King Derek says, behold, the king of and he mentions the guy's like tribe. It's like Yidit T or something like that. And he says, hold on, I think I got another icon that actually has the name of the tribe, but he says he will be a king no longer, and his lands will fall to Estregales. Know that it doesn't have to be this way. Oh, I didn't name him there. I had to put him incognito when I made this originally, because he had to. He raced the character on the road.
Ah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Ah, that's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor guy. He was cool.
So, let me just see here. I'm just gonna see if I can find his name. Give me 30 seconds here, okay? All right, I will send you the. I'll continue to look as we play, but I'll send you the name when we get it. It's not important. His name isn't important, but the name of his people might. That makes sense. It's something certainly you'd want to report. You've never heard of this guy, but you've probably heard of the tribe. So they're a significant tribe to the mountain lands north of here. And with that, oh, look at that! Maybe I did something. Hold on, let me see. I still didn't.
I'll be right back.
I finally put the tokens in there already. We will start with Collis. As we move to near the salt, you have the actions you normally would. I'll just shuffle the deck to make sure everything's good to go. Do you need a reminder on the actions, or you got them pretty much nailed down at this point?
I think I can do intrigue, flirt, and
Intrigue, flirt, game.
Yeah, game.
You can do you can pull cards. And that is and you can be temperate or indulgent, right? So you can either drink and make merry and be a good guest that way, or you can be super temperate and make sure that everyone else is looked after at the feast and be a good guest that way.
Alright. I think I'll be the first person to pull a card.
All right. And you
choice.
No one has over 2,000 glory, I think, so you can go ahead and pull the card whenever you're ready.
Lost child.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Let's say. A child tugs at your clothes and implores you for help in finding his or her parents.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
To speak about this to you, like Nimwe's here, this feast is much bigger than the couple of faces I've presented. These are just the faces you're familiar with. There's probably like 100 people here.
All right. Well, I will try to help the child.
You have to roll the
Merciful versus
test.
cruel to find out if you do.
All right.
But-
So I
but-
just roll one or the other, or I roll
You
both.
test them both.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
really good odds. Unless you crit cruel, you're good to go.
Ooh.
Okay. Merciful wins. You get +2 geniality, but you're gonna miss the next round as a result.
All right.
So 4 geniality.
That's a really good
Yeah.
start. That's a really good start. And the parents thank you profusely for doing so.
Showing the Irish what Escavalon Knights are really about.
There you go.
Yeah, that's why
Well
we
said,
were
well said.
selected.
All right. That brings us to Gwydir.
So, quick question. We have our gifts, our musical instrument made out of olive wood because of peace and such, and our talk because of like manly respected stuff. And we had, was it Rune who has the family trait composing that song that I'm just gonna sing?
Sir
Carlos.
Carlos does.
Was it Corliss. Yeah, I can't remember who it was. Yeah, cool. So Corliss has composed us a song. We have an instrument upon which to play it, and we have me to sing it. Was the plan that we were going to do that now, or something? I guess we wait till Corliss gets back now.
Yeah, because I'm off helping the child.
Yeah, so you guys can coordinate that at any point with your actions if you want it to be something that you're, doing for geniality. It would make sense if you kind of like all time that together and make it happen. If that makes sense.
I suppose. Okay, let's do that on the next round that you're back, which will be round 3.
Yes.
Okay. So in the meantime, I have 2 feast cards to draw in the next 2
One.
rounds. Yeah, so one for the next
Oh.
one each round, which are going to scuttle that whole idea for us, hopefully. Yes. Long story short, cards. Draw? Do I go draw or just pull it into the middle? What's easier?
You can pull it into the middle.
Oh no.
Am I indulgent? I feel like I should be if I'm not. I think my indulgence is actually pretty average.
Is this the one where you got to depart the feast if you fail? This is all right. So
Oh, he's so indulgent. D6 plus 13. Fat guy.
oh, interesting. If you you get a free size if you pass your 1,000 glory threshold, which I'm pretty sure you guys are on target to do. So.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Well, you know what? This might be the time to use the the crit upgrade if it doesn't work out in my favor, which it probably won't.
Yeah, but you probably
well-
at least don't want to fumble it, right? 100%. So,
What
Yeah.
happens if he's already at max? Does he go above max with this?
Glory points, I think, can put you above max
yes,
size. I'll roll it.
glory
we'll see what
and
happens.
specialized things like this can. Yep.
I have
Alright.
failed, but
Whoa.
I will.
You'll turn the failure to a success.
I think so because I don't want to really leave.
Yeah.
Does that mean it's a 17 as a success? Successful 17 since it's opposed?
No, it'd be a successful 9, like highest
Okay.
level without being a crit. And then
That sounds.
the random person, help me out. What was the key descriptor? Voracious.
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 I suppose it makes sense. I'm pretty big and, outspoken. People have come to me like, you.
Hey, Centura, thanks for appreciate the subscription.
Yo.
Good to see you. wanting or devouring great quantities of food. All right, this is gonna be like someone with a bit more indulgence than you. I think is the only condition. We'll give him a 13, like not something crazy. You know what I mean? And then
Sure.
really don't want you to leave. Hey, you don't have to. All right.
No, I
there we
win.
go.
Hey, nice.
What
So you
happens if I
gain
win?
5 glory.
No, he didn't fail.
Yeah.
I won the opposed contest.
Yeah.
But
Ah.
yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
win the
par.
pose.
I think it's just
I think it's when it says fail, it's like a partial success. It still counts as a failure. So it's like who beat who, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if you got the partial success and he beat you, you would have had to leave. And
Okay. Sweet.
what I would do if I were to change this card, like house rule this card, I'd say if you fail, you leave. If you partially succeed, you just don't get anything. And then if you win, then you get the +5 glory and you get the potential to raise your size by 1.
Yeah.
I think what that means is you can choose your upgrade. So it's not like a free size 1. It's like you can choose your training upgrade, which you normally can't. To just go, this year my training upgrade will go into size, right? And normally you're not allowed to do that.
Oh,
with
yeah.
anything other than glory.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
But you get 5 glory and you gain a geniality for being here this whole.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, now I have to increase my size at winter just on principle.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's up?
That brings us to Rain.
All right, and Rain is a glutton for punishment, so he is going to take a feast card. And he's never been to this type of land before, so he's curious to see what happens. Okay. I can't.
We'll max it out so you can see it a bit more.
Okay. Oh, there we go.
All right.
Taking care of a drunken knight. All right. Yeah, that sounds about right.
This knight's name is Elian of. Oh, apparently I don't have that. It's okay. Give me 1 sec, guys. Okay.
I love how like the first few rounds of the feast has just been like people getting
Leave the
drunk and
feast. Leave the
children
feast.
running
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
Get trashed.
Yeah.
I'll
Just
be right back
getting
as well.
hammered and getting fat, and there's just like
Right.
stray children everywhere.
Leave it to the Estregales for that.
It so far seems a very Irish party, honestly. With all due respect to our Irish listeners. Love you.
Right.
Although he is exalted. He's got an exalted speaking.
Yeah, that's could be very useful in the future.
You know, in this game, when you're indulgent, you get a +5 to orate. If you get drunk
Right.
at a honey, as long as if you're not over drunk. So.
All right.
Okay. I'm just pulling in a
Folks.
macro here. Figure out where
Yeah,
this is. And go ahead and give your test if you want.
that's generous versus selfish. Okay. Oh, hi.
Oh,
Ooh.
The rolls continue for feast cards. This is
You could
awesome.
fumble selfish too.
Oh, I doubt it. Yeah, no.
oof.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
When nothing inherently bad happens.
You don't miss
Well-
the feast round at least.
Yeah. Selfish would win in that case, I assume, right? So.
We're gonna say
Yeah.
this is actually like one of the. This is gonna be like an Irishman from Leinster, like an Ireland Irishman, not a Estregales Irishman.
Okay.
And
So he
so
blames
with
the
a failure and a fumble, technically Drax, the failure would win against the fumble because fumbles are just bad in general. If you want to
Yep.
use your one reroll a year, you can opt to bring that to a failure, and I would force you to reroll both.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, you don't want to take the glory for fumbling?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it could have led to some really bad stuff depending on the way the knight reacts. So, it'd be
Okay.
bad. So I'll reroll then.
Fail, fail, reroll.
Yeah. Because I would hate to have to try to challenge another knight to a duel.
During a peace
Supposed to be
delegation?
peaceful. Yeah. Kind of not appropriate. Yeah,
Hey,
there you
look
go.
at
That's
that.
much more reasonable. Well, my
Okay.
dude's famously generous, so it kind of makes more sense that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I support that full on.
Mhm.
Okay, so +2 geniality, so it's going to bring you 3 geniality, and you gain 5 glory outright.
Sweet.
All right.
The knight
And that-
remembers me. Yay.
yeah, so we
He
establish
remembers
his
you
name,
fondly.
Sir Elian de of Leinster. Let's say he's not quite a knight. He's more like a cavalryman, right? Because they don't have knights in Ireland yet.
Okay.
But he offers a toast to you. He says, right? Because it's a good thing, right? Or is it a bad thing?
It's a good thing. He remembers you. He remembers your kindness when
Yeah.
he wakes up.
Just wanted to make
Mhm.
sure I interpret that right. Yeah. So, I think like later on in this feast, somewhere I'll come up to you and be like, you know, I thought you knights over there were the worst, but you're great, man. And it's like it gets it's uncomfortable. Like he's patting you, he's super friendly,
Very
and you're just like,
awkward.
oh yeah.
If you didn't know any better, he was he's actually flirting with you.
Oh, geez, no, no,
No, it didn't go
that
that
would be
far.
that would be bad. That would be bad.
Rune App Rodri, it is your turn, sir.
I think Rune would want to ingratiate himself and not take the complete randomness of the cards, at least for this first round. So I'm going to roll temperate.
Understood.
Fingers crossed.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So you are doing the temperate thing, which is well looked at. So, not specifically, you don't catch the attention of the host, but you catch the attention of the knights around you. One of which is this younger man right here. And he
Which younger
nods.
man?
Sorry. Forgot you can't.
Ah.
Yep. He says, what was your name again, Estregales Knight?
Wait, he said that to me, or I said that
Yeah.
to Estregales Knight?
Escavalon.
Or sorry, Escavalon Knight. Sorry, I messed up the name. Yeah.
I am Sir Rune. You?
My name is Locke. Though I'm not knighted till tomorrow.
It is a great honor to be knighted. I congratulate you.
Thank you. And with that, you just sense that good impression from you. Got a good impression. With that, you're gonna get your 2 geniality. And that brings us to Cormac below the salt.
You
Gotta
got
always
it.
have
Yes, he
one.
is.
Very rarely
You
do we
got
have
this.
like everybody at nearest salt or above. It just doesn't seem to happen.
Cormac's first thing every time he goes to a feast, he is making sure everyone around him is having a good time.
All right.
So Cormac's gonna
temperament.
roll his do his temperate.
There you go. All right. You are looking after the knights and other nobles that are below the salt, and this goes over very well, as they seem to welcome you in. Though
I'm
they're
sure it
making
doesn't
lots
help
of
that I
jokes
kind
about
of-
you being, they're calling you half Irish.
I mean,
It seems to
it's
be
not
like a
like-
tease, though. Like, yeah,
it's all in good-natured fun.
yeah, yeah. All right, that brings us to round 2. So this is the round where Cormac's going to be off, or Collis, sorry, he's going to be off running around.
Yep.
So that
Collis and Rain are both going to be gone.
Rain?
Yes, because I won my generous test.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Because
Helping the kid.
I'm busy helping the other night.
So this is a very short round. Gwydir. Yeah.
Cards!
Good God, man. Can't even
Cards
help
are so
himself.
good.
He's a
Cards
damn
are
player,
so
man.
powerful.
Got a Florence number
Kind of wish
3.
I had gotten that one.
It's a skill issue. I'm too good at the game.
It's got to be.
You know what it is? It's gonna be Nimue. Makes sense. Yeah, it's his cousin, right? So he's gonna,
Right.
and she's unwed, and I think even though he probably doesn't look proudly upon her being a pagan, he probably recognizes similarities in the two of you, and just like your behavior and stuff. Like, you remind me of.
Does that mean that she is going to be culturally accepting of concubines?
I
What
don't know about that. Culturally accepting of probably of
It happens in CK3. That's all I'm saying.
It does happen in CK3.
That's
a
so
lot.
true.
wrong
That's so
about
true.
this.
That's so true.
Yeah. I think the
not wrong.
culture would not be in general, but the
Because it's like half Christian or mostly Christian.
yeah, but there is so I mean this game comes equipped
It's
with
like
if
Mormons
you're
in the modern-
pagan religion, you have a lustful of 13, so there is an acceptance to that being part of things, like
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's less of a
the
big
first
deal.
open marriage. I don't know, like there's those kind of things going on. I think it's definitely that vibe.
Cool. This is 3 games in a row that I have.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This is hilarious.
It's what you wanted from your character.
I just need an heir because I'm gonna die.
It's landing perfect. Like this is like exactly what happened. This is the route that Florence ended up on.
Florence took.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. How does this happen? You know what? You ate a lot of cake, man. You should marry my cousin.
Yeah. I think you're just laughing and having a good time. Maybe you get pulled in for a dance at some point, and you're just
Yeah.
you're kind of like you know that like the wedding. There's like that happy guy that just makes the wedding better. You're like, who is that guy even? Like, why is he here?
Yeah,
Like, you don't even know who
Yeah.
he is attached to the family, but you're like, he's a lot of fun. I think that's
I got. Yeah.
you're the fun guy right now, and that's what's happening.
Yeah. Makes sense. There are some presumably political implications of me marrying the king's cousin.
Oh,
Do it.
sure, yeah. I mean,
It can only end good.
surely it
Yeah.
could only end well in the strengthening of one's house and the loyalties and honor and honorable ties to Estregales and Escavalon.
Exactly.
Nothing could ever be pulled.
Yeah, there's
against you.
no downside. No downside.
There
here.
is
No.
legitimately no downside. You should go for it.
In
wholesale.
all realness, it really will depend on actions, activities, what plays out, what happens. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for Florence, it worked out, and it could have worked out really poorly, right? It depends on. It also probably depends on how much she hates you at the end of the day, right? Like if you
Yeah.
end up wed to her and she's awful, that might
Yeah.
But if she does become your wife, we will probably retcon her name a little bit as not to confuse the name Nimue with another main character. Would be
Name
something.
Him away.
Yeah.
Cool.
But she is very energetic. She might she's very energetic.
That's true.
Oh yeah, that's right. She hates people.
hates people.
We don't know what people.
She,
She hates all people.
Just someone to keep Whittier tired so he doesn't, do anything crazy.
Yeah.
people's probably like 1 to 4 is Kimrick.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
5
I
would
just
be
thought
picked, and 6 would be Saxon.
Yeah.
1 through 4, she hates the Kimricks.
Isn't she Kimrick? She's Irish, which is different.
Irish.
right?
Irish.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she hates Kimricks, but I'm different.
Yeah, much like Cormac.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Okay, well, I marry this. She's indulgent 19 as well.
Yeah.
Cool. I gotta. This sounds amazing.
You've got a fun wife.
You're like, I see
Your
nothing
ideal
wrong
wife.
with this plan. That's-
Yeah.
yeah.
Just this indulgent Irish lady who hates me.
All right.
Not me.
now.
Do you want
Right,
to?
all of my
So do you want to? Do
family.
you want to parking lot the roll, or do you want to play that out right here?
Nah. Is there a table nearby? I'll roll it.
Yeah.
Not
let
afraid.
me just pull it up in my book here.
Yeah. Married to Nimue, name pending.
Uh,
Of King Dirac.
Hey, I was the first one of everybody to
Yeah.
get an heir. You can be the first one to get married.
I'm the first one to get a real heir.
Hey, shut up.
Yeah, the
Ooh.
true heirs.
They're fighting words right there.
Cerdic
In-
is my son.
In
And
CK3,
I
Gwydier's
promise.
in CK3,
If you-
Gwydier's heir ends up like 50 people down on the pretender list for
Yeah.
for Estregales. You know?
Yeah. Demands that I first claim
yeah.
or assassinates me.
Yeah. Okay. So
Gotta press those claims, man.
Mhm.
let me just pull up random marriage here, and
Yeah.
we get the +5. This will determine like maybe she's a bastard, maybe
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
right. Like there could be
Yeah.
a number of things, but you get the +5. I will go ahead and give you a +2 more, just in the off chance to make it super fun. So give
Okay.
you +7.
Right. It's a D20,
+7.
D20 +7.
Yep.
I want a 1 or a 20. Right in the middle.
Aw.
Literally.
Daughter of a vassal knight,
Yeah, makes sense.
and we'll say you met her in Kaink, did you not?
Yeah.
That's where she started
Yeah.
escorting. So she's a daughter of a knight from Kaink,
Cool.
from the manors around it.
Yeah. I don't suppose she comes with a manor in the wrong
n-
country.
Her dowry is a
No.
manor.
No, sir.
Cool.
Yeah.
That would
Roll
be
a d6 though. Determine her daughter number.
Oh yeah. Stick. Yeah. That makes
Oh,
sense.
She's the youngest.
She's the
Yeah.
baby.
it's still good. Like if this were in CK terms, right? This would still be good. Like this is upping your family's prestige. Still,
Yeah, for
despite-
sure it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Just
Is there a
doesn't come with
dowry?
any fancy stuff. There is a dowry.
Hell yeah. It's the first money I'm ever gonna earn.
Oh, you know what? Give me another d6 roll.
Okay. 2.
And then because I did those out of order, pick high or low. It's just a
Pick
gambling
high.
game. Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
gambling against me.
Go high.
No, this
Always
is
go
what
high.
I'm gonna always go
Go
high.
low.
Who's
Go low.
Go
shit.
high.
Is that Cormac giving me that advice?
Yes. Go
Yeah,
high.
no, I'm going low, 100%.
Okay, you're right.
Oh,
Yeah.
So by low, I'm gonna give you her. She's daughter number 2, and you got 6 dowry from it. If you. should
Oh,
be married.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Upgrade. Fuck yeah.
Because I did those. Technically, I did those out of order, and so the
Gotcha.
the gamble determined whether you pick or I pick. If I picked, then
Oh,
if you called high, you would have failed, and I would have said I was stuck with the daughter number 6 and dowry number 2.
Yeah.
So 2
$6.
librum.
Fuck yeah.
And
Two librum.
and should you marry her, she's worth 100 glory.
Yeah, definitely gonna.
Definitely gonna marry her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, if
Alright.
I can.
Like immediately.
Yes.
So what's wrong with reckless decisions? Like we need to make this happen. Rune. Rune, it's
All
your
right,
go.
so
Yeah.
I did temperate. What are the implications of doing intrigue?
You talk to who you want to talk to. Who do you want to talk to?
You can get gossip. You can find out something from someone specific. You can go around and listen to the general gossip of the land. Those are kind of what you can do. Implications for failure usually aren't high unless you're like, I'm going to go try and find out why the king just had that guy hauled away. Well, like from the
That's
king
kind of what.
himself. So if you
That's
go
kind
to
of
the
what I
king
wanted to hear.
himself or someone, you might. I guess the risk there is if you fumble or fail and they catch on to you, they might sense that you're up to something. I'd say that was the implication.
You're a spy.
I mean, he is, isn't he?
Technically,
They
I
don't have
think,
to know that though.
yeah, they don't gotta know that.
Aren't all peace delegations spies?
Yes.
Basically, right?
Yeah.
We want information, right? We came here to figure out what he's doing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll intrigue and see if I can, fish any sort of information that might aid us in our actual mission here, other than getting married.
Okay.
Randomly.
Oh,
That's
and
next
Gwydir
round.
got 2.
Three.
Three.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, genealogy.
are you going to go up to the king directly, or because technically you're near the salt, but you are a guest here, so they would welcome you to go above the salt to talk to the king if you wanted to.
Go up to the king directly. That feels bracing, but why the hell not?
Yeah, there's lots of reasons why the hell not.
Yeah. He just had this guy hauled off for not bending the knee. He might
Yeah.
demand you bend the knee. You ready to bend the knee?
Or put your head on a spike.
Yeah.
It'd be a good looking head, to be fair.
14. That's
Fair enough.
It's a
That
good
would be.
roll.
That would
It's
be.
a good roll. Almost a crit too.
Yeah.
We'll see how he does. He is not the strongest in this. He succeeds, but not as high as you. So you talk to King Derek, and he looks over to you and says, if I understand it, you are Sir Rune, yes?
Aye, that is correct.
Your father's held in high prestige with the Kimrick.
He was a great man, or so I'm told. I never met him. Well, at least I don't remember.
Indeed. I can't help but recall that his loyalties seemed... Well, did he serve King Madrun, or did he serve Aurelius?
So, how Trent and I worked it out was basically if there was a fight where Aurelius would be, since he was a picked knight, he would be,
Yeah.
riding off for Aurelius.
And he's calling you, in a way, because you're beating him in intrigue, he's sort of calling that into question. It's like, oh, that seems convenient. You're so nothing wrong that your father did. It's just a way of spinning what your father did, right? It's a way of going, oh, where was his loyalty? Was it wherever he could, whatever it served him? He's not saying those words, but you can tell that this guy's somewhat crafty and capable of those things, and that's kind of what he's alluding to about your father. It's like what is it? A backwards compliment in a way. It's kind of what he's
Backhanded compliment.
Backhanded compliment.
Damn. Damn. That's pretty intense.
You want
I
to test
think-
love family? Is that what you
Yeah,
need?
it's
Or
pretty,
proud? Actually, it'd be proud if you're gonna. You can do modest versus proud to see your reaction if you want. If you
Alright,
know your
let's see.
reaction, feel free to play that out.
I mean, I'm kind of swinging both ways, honestly. Because, I mean, it's his dad. He wants to be like his dad.
Yeah.
And this dude's just kind of shitting on him right now.
Hey, look at that. You take a deep breath and maybe it stirs up the pride a little bit, but you're able to maintain your role here, and your reason for being here.
What my father did is none of my concern. I am here on a mission for peace. I know where
Mission.
my loyalties lies.
On behalf of the King Nanteleod.
Indeed.
Nanteleod served my father, King Canaan. He served him for a very long time. He paid him tribute, and, well, Sir Elaine over there, this isn't his first time here. He brought a delegation from Uther here once, not too long ago. The day my father was murdered. What are out of character? What is Rune? What is Rune after again with the intrigue? What is he trying to find out? Like what King Derek is all about? Is that the idea?
Yeah. Like, what are his plans for Escavalon?
You come here under the banners of peace, and yet your king slights us by not paying the tribute that he is owed to my father before me. If we are to be one Cambria, then such things can't be allowed. I see my father's strength carrying on in our lineage. It is my desire to see that through. Nanteleod will always be allowed to be the king of Escavalon, so long as he bends the knee to the king of Cambria.
I think this will be the perfect time for Rune to whip out the torque.
Do you want to establish that? Because you did try to set that up with the others. You could call for it, and then kind of what we can do is like set it up so that it happens in round 3 if you wanted to, like as a transition point. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, because at the same
Sounds
time that
like
we
a
playing
plan.
the game, the music too, I think that would be pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So we kind of transition away from you as you support that, and we're gonna give you feeling generous today, and that was a bold move. So I'm gonna give you 3 geniality. 1 because you're like temporarily above the salt to go do that, and there was some serious implications if that backfired. So we'll give you 3 there. And that brings us to Cormac.
I have done my temperance duty. It is time to draw a card.
Yes.
Card, baby, card. You want me to drag it out for you? No, you got it.
Ooh, that makes sense.
Cool.
Nice.
I think they're calling you Cormac the Half Irish. Is what they're calling you here. Yeah. But it's like they're kind of welcoming you. You feel pretty welcome.
Cool.
All right. What did that card come with? Is there any? It starts with 2 geniality outright.
Starts with 2, and while I keep this card, I gain 2 geniality per round.
Perfect.
So I guess it's 4 this round and then 2 next round.
Yeah. That is.
All right. 1 more. There. What?
Okay, that brings us to round 3. So we had, I believe it was, Rune was going to present the gift. Gwydir and Cormac were going to set up the music. Did Rain and Callus have anything in particular that they were doing while this was all going down? Were you part of this, or were you like not part of this?
Range
I think-
feasting.
Sir Collis had composed a song that Sir Gwydir was gonna sing.
Yeah. And Rain didn't contribute to any of that, so
Okay. Okay,
he's
so
feasting.
Callus and Rain, we're going to continue to have you feast. The other three, your feasting action is going to be what you're presenting here for the king. So we're going to do basically what we did last round for Rune, for Gwydir, and for Cormac. You're all going to be temporarily above the salt for 1 round while you do this action. You're brought
Nice.
forth in front of
Yeah.
the king. So why don't we do the rolls here? We'll start with Cormac's accompaniment.
All right.
Is this the last round, or you got more? How are you planning?
We're gonna do one more after.
All right. So, all right. Yeah. Just music it up.
Yeah. All right.
There we
The
go.
music begins and it plays nicely, and then I think this gives Gwydir his chance to chime in with the singing.
I think I'm gonna use my loyalty to Nanteleod to
Give her.
sing the shit out of this. That's a pass. And my singing is at a +10. Oh, and does geniality count for singing?
I didn't ask. I would have failed if I used my geniality, so I'm good.
It's fair. Yes, it would account for this.
Okay,
This is a very genial thing to do, I would say.
Natural 1. Still 15.
Okay. That goes over really well. We're gonna net you.
I really
3.
wanted a crit. Damn it.
I know, my friend.
I know.
All right, so the music starts off, and it's impressive. You two are killing it. And then we're going to kind of zoom in on what Rune says as he presents the gift. And we're
also giving him the harp, right? The thing that you're playing on, which is made of olive wood?
Yes.
Yeah, sweet.
Right. What does Rune say? I think Rune says... I am not quite certain just yet what my king's plans are, but I do bring this gift in the hopes of flourishing, peaceful talks.
Okay. Why don't you give me a courtesy test with your geniality added? If it's not enough, if you're like really worried about failing, you can always try to impassion yourself with loyalty, lord, or honor, or hospitality.
I'll just be adding a mod, adding my 5 geniality right now.
Yeah, so if you're at 5 geniality, you'd be adding a mod of +5. If that's still a risky business for you, you can always try to impassion yourself and get another.
It shouldn't. That would bring me to 20.
Okay.
Right? Right?
All right. So you guys, I mean, it's there's nothing wrong with the statements that are made. The music's made. It goes off perfectly, but it doesn't necessarily instill the response you hope for. There's still a look of reservation on them and the outcomes. But everything you did and presented, like no one could fault you for it. It goes off well. You certainly did your part, but you get a sense, I think, that it's like there's more to be said and had with this relationship.
Yeah, he wants his money.
Yeah, he wants his
does.
fucking money.
Not only does he want his money, he wants everybody to bend the knee to him because he thinks he's
Yeah.
the next High King.
Yeah.
And not
That's
only is he not
Nanteleod,
getting
by the way, but we're not going
Yeah.
to tell him that.
Yeah.
Not yet. Not
Not
yet.
only is he not getting paid, but he's in fact paying me to leave with his cousin.
Technically, his cousin is. But,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah. All right. So that's that brings us.
We get three genealogy for that round, do we? The both of us who- stuff.
Yeah, I think I threw that to you though. Did I not? Or did I miss?
Oh
it?
yeah, okay, you might have, but I had 3 from the previous round. I think I should be on 7 now.
Yeah, Gwydir should be on 7. Rune should be on 8. And I cheated with my feast card, so I'm at 10.
Cheated.
That'll probably even out this round. And the 2 people that missed a round, that really kind of it takes away a lot, doesn't it?
It does.
I mean, they get this round to do things.
Yeah, they do.
That's true.
So that's true. It's a little bit skewed. So we're gonna go to Callus next for your feast action, sir.
I think Cercalis would be a tad bit jealous of Gwydir getting a wife. So I think he would, being lustful himself, he would probably
You're gonna flirt.
go around flirting.
All right. You
With
can
somebody
add your
else, right?
geniality here.
No, he's going to try to steal your wife out
Come
from
on.
him.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool.
Nice.
Nice.
By the way, if we're gonna talk about like builds or whatever, like in terms of like if it's like why would you ever run the indulgent strategy? Why would I ever go indulgent strat? Like you're indulgent, you get your +5 to your talking, and flirting, and dancing, and all
Oh,
that,
yeah.
and you go around and you be a master of the that.
Buddy.
Otherwise, and they're at the risk of becoming overly drunk and making a fool of yourself. That's
Yeah, I'm
sounds
gonna
oddly accurate.
lean toward indulgent.
All right, so flirting goes off well. Going for, I only ask this because one of our people often chooses like a servant, like instead of a noble woman. Are you looking to flirt with a like one of the guests, like a noble guest, or are you looking to flirt with a servant here, Alice?
I think a noble guest.
Okay. All right. Noble guest. Let's see who it is. Females. Name is Helid. I need more than 100 names for female characters. And then current setting. So she's from Estregales. Makes sense.
So she's Irish.
She's Irish. So we'll probably
See,
twist
I
Helid.
wrote-
It probably won't be Helid because that would be a Kimeric name.
See, I am such a good diplomat for the Irish. All their women want to come home with us.
Holy shit.
All right. Okay, so I think what does this look like? Is there any sort of narrative you want to add to this, Kellis? Because I think it's working. Yeah.
I think after giving Gwydir the song and having helped the child find his parents, I think likely a noblewoman would have seen me do this, and I think I would have had enough intrigue to pick up on like subtle details, and I think Sir Collis probably would have went over, introduced himself as Sir Collis from Escavalon, and then pretty much just started flirting with her.
Okay. We're gonna say her name is Sierra. So Sierra, I think in this case, I need you to I need to know from Callus whether you intend for this to be a roll in the sack or a marriage attempt, because it's going to affect the next thing I ask you to do. Or if you don't know, I'm gonna make you roll instead. If you're uncertain.
Should it? Yeah, I don't know how to test what
Okay.
Sir Carlos would be thinking.
Chaste versus lustful, sir.
All right. Is that just a flat roll?
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be. All right. So failure means you get to choose if both fail. So the pulling this out in the meta format, what this means is chance at kid, potential scandal, but heir secure potentially, versus Chase leaving to a chance at romance and a further relationship. Like in a
I think chaste.
Okay. All right. So you end up. We're gonna say that you end up sort of with, flirting with her this round, and it goes well. And if you want to attempt a romance action with her next round, I'll give you a +5 to that, plus your geniality, obviously.
All right. Sounds good.
That moves us to Rain, and then the final round. Rain.
Feast card.
All right. Let's see. Always good to see how random.
Introduction.
All right.
This is gonna be bad because one I recognize isn't very good.
Hey, guy who's never been here before, could you introduce me to some of the guests you know?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Now I gotta go pull someone from some random area. Famous knight. There aren't a lot of them left. I already established that. Oh, I know. I can pull in. Easy. Let me just see. I'm just gonna look at the list here real quick. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right. So the knight. Crap. It's not gonna go by that name. I forget what I name. One sec.
Does geniality apply to?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
do the roll, and then I'll get you the detail on who this knight is.
Can I impassion with hospitality?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see if it works. It does. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for the delay here. I might even pause this for a moment while I can figure it out.
Failed. So it's not overly relevant.
Okay.
Yep.
I think, is it one of those things where he's like, "Hey, can you introduce me?" And you're like, "I don't know them."
Right. Pretty much. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I mean, best I could do is point to our people. You know, that's it. But like the host and stuff, no, not really.
I mean, we are guests.
Yeah.
I mean, the king and I are basically best friends right now.
Yeah.
I don't know about that now.
He's
Yeah.
playing you if you think that.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it is. Maybe so the knight's name, and he's become a bit famous in the area in the last couple of months. His name is Sir Meliagrance. And all you know about him is that he's apparently like been all over Logris and Cambria the last couple of years, and you keep hearing these like random folk stories about this guy. You're like, man, is this guy asleep or is he just made up? And then this guy, apparently, if it's true, he certainly has like a regal look to him. He looks tough. He plays the part, but his name is Sir Meliagrance. And I think you introduce him maybe to just the others in your group, because
That's fair.
that's
Yeah.
all you know. So you introduce him
Okay.
like Sir Elaine, and then your folks. That
Right.
still nets you a +1.
Right.
That brings
Plus
us.
whatever I get for the round. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Well, oh right, because the card was worth 1 too. Thank you. All right, so you're at 5. That brings us to the fourth and final round of this little trip to Estregales. All right, and that's going to bring us to our final round. Think about this being the final round. If there's anything specific you want to say, and then once we finish off this round, we're going to do a little quick sort of exit conversation with the king, unless you establish anything you want to do with the king at this point. Collis, you're up first.
Did I get a geniality for the being near the salt and succeeding on the flirting?
Near the salt and flirting. Good points. There you go. You're at 6 now.
And then would an action be doing that romance with the lady that I'm flirting with?
You could certainly do that. Yep, and you get the geniality, and you get the other bonus. I said, I think +5. +11 total.
Nice.
All right.
Oh right, that's a good point, Trent. Shock. I'm going to say that shock isn't going to happen unless you've got a famous trait. Though I think that's fair, because they've gone lighter on that. So you have to. It's an additional risk of something famous, right? It's that at that point you risk shock. Like, I couldn't see someone gaining shock for like their their impassioned with like something that's a 5. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Romance. Okay. So at this point, Sierra, Sierra of Carmarthen, she is like warm in response to you, and you get the sense that like that was the right call. If that's what you're looking for. That seems to win her over. So she has an amour to you now, and now you will have an amour to her. Please give me 2d6 + 6, Collis. And that is your amour to this lady.
6.
Oh wow.
9.
Yeah. It's, I guess, a 9 might be, maybe it's a bit more pragmatic. Like, what if you think about what stirred this originally? It was like out of almost like a jealous to Gwydir. So maybe it's like I need to one up them, and you end up in a scenario too, but you don't necessarily have like huge feelings for at least at this time.
Yeah. What is Sierra's appearance?
Okay, we'll check.
Oh no.
Oh no.
16.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
there you go.
Oh, okay, yeah. No. Dodging
With the
bullets out
ugly
here.
dick, rolls like a 5.
All right. Yes, we know. Gwydir is winning this game.
So Callus, you succeed again. It's going to give you 2 more geniality, and then we move to Gwydir for your final action for the round. Oh, you're muted, maybe?
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Regale the host.
I was just
Oh.
going to say, let's not say that I'm winning the game just yet.
Nah, you're winning the game, man.
Yeah, you're winning the game.
That's what you say to someone when they die immediately after. So careful.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like introducing whoever's coming on stage next to you as the best whatever in the world.
Yeah.
Just before they...
Sir Gwydir, the best flirter in the world.
All right, let's see what this is. So I think this is going to be the king.
Yeah.
King Derek says, well, seeing as your family soon, Sir Gwydir, and you're not from here, perhaps you could regale us with a story. Which all of you hear, by the way, that since your family soon part, which is probably news to all of you right now.
Yeah.
It's probably news to him anyway as well, because you had no interaction with her.
I have not talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? She's like, I fucking hate that guy. And all of his friends.
You were romantic towards her, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true.
You were singing.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Okay. I think I'm gonna hit up Love Family on this one.
Okay.
On account of what he just said.
All right.
Nice.
Nailed
You got it.
And I'll rate at 1, 2, so +7, and then another +5, so it's 12. That'll get me over the line.
Oh, dirty.
Woo!
Yeah. Success. Your tail is adequate. So you feel like you had a great tail, but it just like the response is like just short of like what you wanted to be. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
It was so.
It's because
close.
I wasn't.
It kind of
it's
makes
because-
sense. He's a bit of a
It's because
snooty.
I wasn't giving you any background music.
Like, exactly. I underperform. I get stage fright.
You forgot
I need my
you
cousin
forgot the
there.
background. Yeah, you didn't have the.
Yeah. It actually makes sense for him to be like, despite everyone's best effort, he's just like, fine. I suppose that will have to do.
Yeah.
He's it seems like a bit of a what's that dickhead from Game of Thrones? He seems like him.
There's lots of dickheads.
Joffrey.
I was just saying, which
Someone-
one?
Isn't that like
I was
everyone?
about to say.
Yeah. You have to be more specific with that series. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about
Um,
Joffrey or something?
Joffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not quite that bad. He doesn't have those edges, but yes, he's definitely got a pompous side. Derek.
Yeah. I think my story is probably like made up as well.
Right.
Because I think that Gwydir is sort of too afraid of saying the wrong thing about anything important at the moment, so he's like just gonna tell a fairy tale or something like that.
Yeah, well, you've also got. I think it's great to think like you're like, hey, I could tell the tale about the girl in the forest.
Yeah.
And then you look over at your soon-to-be wife. You're like, actually, hold on, I got a different one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, have you heard of Jack and Jill? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
That brings us to Rain. I think I got you a +2 there.
I bet you guys know what I'm doing.
It'd be +3 total because one.
It's going to be a feast card again.
What's the third coming from?
From the success on the dice roll, per the success. Your tail is
Okay.
adequate +1.
Got it.
1 from the card, 1 from the salt.
Sip of wine. We established that you, right. Look at all you guys. Like, just you go away to the Irish, you all end up married to them. How's this working out?
This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said that
It's all the
am-
Irishman's fault.
It is my fault.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think my character would deny that. That seems rude.
Just
That's
glass her.
fair.
Yeah.
Get fucked,
so-
Irish.
Is the
Glass her and
geniality
run.
gonna apply? And I don't even know who this person is, so yeah. Why not?
You know what I need to do? I need to go into like CK2 or 3 and like rip all the
He's ripped the
female
names
Irish
out of it.
names. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Irish and all the ones that aren't Kimrick, because I have a good Kimrick list.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got? We have 5 geniality. Okay, this should be fun. It's an orate check. Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, give me a middling roll, please. Be good. Yeah, no. That's all right though. No downside for failing.
Is that with your +5?
That is with my geniality. My dude is horrible outside of like 2 attributes and that.
Okay.
I mean, you still get 3, bringing you
Yeah.
to a grand total of 8 this
Yeah.
piece.
You're not terribly good with your words, but given the nature of this, just because it's fun, I'm gonna give you a romance roll with your geniality, just because the way the card came up. I think it could be an interesting one. Oh, I lost track.
No, I'm here. I heard you. I'm talking to someone else and off screen.
All good. Yeah, do that when you can. We're gonna move to Rune real quick for his last action.
Oh God, should I continue the thing of trying to get laid, or should I just draw a feast card?
If
mean-
the-
We're all leaving Estregales with Irish wives. Come on, let's go.
No, I'm not.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's
they have it in store for you. The cards will deliver.
the flirting is bad. Let's just draw a card. Let's see what happens.
We
You know?
trust the cards. We trust.
Yeah,
the
let's
cards.
trust the cards.
Always trust the cards. They will
Trust
always
in the
give you
heart
a
of the
good score.
cards.
Yeah.
Poisoned.
Wait, where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. Where did I do? What am I doing? They're here.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
it is.
there you go. Damaged goods.
Okay. Dex roll. Sure.
Oh Lord.
Oh, you probably have jewelry because you're a rich
I
ass
do
father.
have, yeah, I do
Yeah.
have an armband from him.
I need to go searching for some jewelry.
Do I add geniality to this?
Not for a Dex roll.
Oh God, no, my armband.
You.
Could I impassion myself for like family
Yep.
because it was my father's armband?
Go for it.
Yep.
Wait, what am I saying?
You were supportive. I get it.
Come on, wait, I'm fucking things up here. Give me a second, guys. Cancel. Do this one. Submit.
All right. +5 you got. You're on passion
Okay.
with the love family.
Come on, I don't want to lose my armband. Oof.
Ooh.
Oh, lucky
Close.
you passioned, actually. To be honest, that was a smart move because that could have really backfired. All right, that is going to success. Wow, this is just a crappy card all around. Success is like it's still damaged.
Yeah, it's a fucked up card. I hate this card.
Yeah.
Always trust the cards.
See, you couldn't have had an Irish wife.
I could have.
Okay, we're gonna give you your geniality first and foremost for the pass roll, and then 1 for above assault, and then we're gonna find out who's make make a pride roll for me.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
please.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You,
You're upset.
you're gonna tick pride.
Yeah, it's already been ticked, actually,
Yeah.
even though I have shit-ass pride.
And let's see if which of the two guys up here it's gonna be. This guy. So this guy, it's this guy's cloak. Here.
We had a pleasant conversation. Now
Yep.
he's fucking our jury up.
Yeah. So this is a pure accident, but I think your pride, you're not okay with it. It's like when someone's like, "Oh, sorry," and you're like, you have a response to that. So
Fuck.
I think you're gonna have a vengeful Sir Locke.
Wow.
At 4. So your vengeful goes up +4 whenever you're dealing with Sir Locke. That is
He's on
a
a bad
directed
day.
trait. Yeah, he will
God
be. He
dang.
will be by the end of tonight.
If you kill him before he gets on,
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Every feast I get into, I just duel someone. What is going
Yeah.
on right now? Lock as in LOC or LOCK?
LAK.
LAK. Alright.
All right.
Now we said 4.
And I won't make that anything worse than that. It was an interesting little bit.
Yeah, try.
Cormac, your final round, sir.
So I don't have to break up a fight?
No, I think I'm not gonna make Rune like pounce on him over it. He's not gonna be completely thrown out of this.
Then
place
I am
over
going to draw a feast card.
He failed. That.
yes.
Let's see.
Time to
to
share.
share.
Okay.
Ah, that's so
Oh.
cool.
I will allow you to pull another card. That's the worst card you
Okay.
can possibly pull at the end.
At this stage, that's a cool card though.
Oh yeah.
It's great in round 1, not in round 4 as the very last action of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Mercy.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, I drew
Several
this card in
ladies
a different game.
ask
And I-
you for ask you how merciful you would be if you ever confronted your hated foe.
Yeah, I drew this card in a different game, and I had famous modesty and also a hate of 23, and I was like, we are going in one way or the other.
Well,
All right. Do you have a hate on your sheet?
I do indeed hate Saxons.
All right, let's test those two against each other. Let's see what wins. And
Modesty.
with this case, nothing has
Merciful,
geniality
merciful.
bonuses.
No geniality bonuses?
No.
Merciful, not modest. Sorry, that was my.
That's
Well, that's a good thing because
yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
that's the wrong skill.
that's the wrong stat. That
There
would've
we
been real
go.
bad.
All right, and then you're testing hate.
Hey!
Oh.
Fucking great.
So
Boy.
merciful. He's got this real streak to him, doesn't he? Coleman?
It's
I'm
just-
starting to
This
see how your
game
brother might have tried.
today.
whenever Cormac gets going, he gets going. We gotta make
Yeah.
this boy relax.
It's like,
All right.
okay, you're
Uh,
black, all right? Calm down.
I lose 2. I
You
gain
lose-
3
Is that?
Oh yeah, true.
because
yeah.
I am popular.
Oh, right. You're
I did
popular.
Oh,
not
no,
fail a
yeah.
proud.
Didn't,
I
yeah,
did
that's
not
true.
roll a success
Yeah.
or a failure on modest or proud.
Yeah. So you get the card, you get 1, and then you get your famous one. So that's 3. And then you, our popular one was 3, and then you're -2. So there you go.
I get yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I just deleted 1.
3, 4, 9, and then I add 2.
Hey, Insomnia Knight. Welcome. Good to see you in the crowd.
Hello.
Popular gives 2. So I would come out with a net gain of 1.
All right. And it should be a net loss, right? Or no, it is.
No,
a
net gain.
Yeah, you're right. Okay. So despite that, the ladies don't find it particularly, becoming of you, but some of the knights
rest
are
of
like,
the knights
hey,
do.
yeah. Fuck the Saxons. Yeah. One of those things. Cool. All right, guys. So as we close, I think as no one kind of tried to just speak to the king beyond that initial rune piece in the presentation, I think King Derek, first off, Sir Locke here is knighted, and it's a big ceremony, and you're all kind of forced or / welcomed, depending on how you see it, to stay through it. You learn that Sir Locke is named King Derek's first heir, and his
Hey.
younger brother. So he's technically Prince Locke, though he doesn't use that name. Then I think King Derek, before you exit, he just simply says, "We welcome you always peacefully in these halls, Knights of Escavalon. But as for your king and his slights, we cannot forgive them so easily. He has done us a great honor this day and has sued for peace, and for that, I will see that no further harm is brought upon your kingdom this year." And that's as far as it goes.
I'm gonna stop fighting you for a bit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a year to prepare. That's still a year. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait to be back.
We're gonna kill you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for your cousin, bro.
And that king who was taken in, he was I'll get you the writing, but I think it's Yadat T, his TY, is the name of his tribal people. What you kind of take away from that is that if the king of Estregales, continues to eliminate these little pocket groups of those who haven't paid tribute, eventually there's going to be no one to worry about other than Escavalon, right? So if
I get what you're saying. We have to go help the small pockets. We have to make a great alliance. I see what you.
I will leave you to discuss that amongst your king for the next session. I hope you guys had fun, though. I know it was just a feast for the most part.
I love you.
I love feasts. Feasts are
These are
fun.
great.
We
Good stuff.
got 2 wives.
More fails for me. It's great.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny. The guy who was below the salt ends the feast with more geniality than the people near the salt.
Does
He's
Gwydir
winning the
have
game
more romances than number of sessions he's been on screen so far? Or
I think that might be the
Yes.
case.
No, Gwydir has had a romance
Every scene.
single
Yeah.
game.
Every game.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy is
Come on, I love it.
thirsty.
Happy with that. Speaking of which, should I just put down that I'm married, or do you want to do that on screen?
I think it'd be fun to do on screen. First
Okay.
marriage. Yeah.
That's-
Even if it's a little one. I think it'd be a good time.
Yeah. Sweet.
All right. Why don't we go ahead and just close her there? Thanks for watching. We'll be back next Friday with another episode of Nanteleod's Legacy. And
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
catch you guys later. In the year of our Lord, a mournful chill hath settled upon the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The Supreme Collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, hath failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, hath been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanto, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the Three Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Escavalon and Cameliard convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Nanteleod. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the Castellan of Castle Dimlock in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle, are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fey-folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerland.